Okay, this is our homework starter for Appendix C. And for this particular homework starter, we're going to look at question 2 in Connect homework for Appendix C. And question 2 reads, prepare Natura Company's journal entries to record the following transactions involving its short-term investments in held-to-maturity debt securities, all of which occurred during the current year. A, on June 15th, paid $1,000 cash to purchase Remed's 90-day short-term debt securities, $1,000 principal dated June 15th that pay 10% interest. And then on September 16th, that same year, received a check from Remed in payment of the principal, so in payment of the $1,000, and 90 days interest. So 90 days of interest at 10% on that $1,000 on the debt securities purchased in transaction A. And then it has a note, use 360 days in a year. Do not round your intermediate calculations. So let's start with this. I have my table below here. So for transaction A, I do need to add one more column here. You don't have to worry about adding columns because this is all set up for you in the homework. All right. So this is number 1. This is transaction A. And the journal entry is going to be, let me just move these over a bit so I have more room. All right. So the journal entry, I'm receiving an asset. The debt investment, it's an asset to me. And I'm giving cash in exchange for this asset. So I'm going to debit debt investments held to maturity. That's going to be the account that I debit. And I'm paying $1,000 for it. That's all that I'm paying for it. So I'm going to debit that account for 1,000. Then I'm going to credit cash because I'm paying cash for it, $1,000. And that's your first entry. All right. I'm going to add a couple more columns here. And again, you may hear my son in the background. If you watched last week's video, you might have heard him as well. And then you're going to hear him again in this video because I'm recording them on the same day. Anyway, number 2 says that we received payment from Remed for the principal and the interest. So the principal we know is $1,000 because it tells us here that the principal is $1,000 right here, $1,000 principal. And I'm going to receive that in cash. And I need to zero out this account to show that I no longer have that investment because Remed is paying me back. So what I'm going to do is first make my credit entry to zero out that account. So I'm going to credit debt investments held to maturity for $1,000. But now I need to calculate the interest because he did not only pay me the principal, he also paid me interest. So I know that the principal is $1,000. I know that the interest is 10%. All right. So that is $100. But that is $100 for 12 months. Okay. And I know that I only am getting 3 months worth of interest because I got it in June and he's paying me back in September. So that's 3 months. Okay. And the question says to use 360 days in a year. So we need to calculate how much interest we're getting for those 3 months. So 3 months will be 90 days. So we assume if they're 360 days in a year, we divide that by 12, we get 30 days in a month, and we multiply that by 3. So again, if there are 360 days in a year, 360 days in a year, we divide by 12 months, and that gives me 30 days per month. And then if I multiply 30 days by 3 months, that gives me 90 days. So now I have to take my $100 of interest and multiply that by 90 divided by 360. All right, so I'm going to get my calculator. I'm going to first do 90 divided by 360. That gives me 0.25. And multiply that by 100, and I get 25. So I know that Remed paid me cash of $1,025. And the other side of that entry is going to be interest revenue that I earned on this investment of $25. And that is my answer. And remember to put B here. And that is question 2 for Appendix C. So I hope that gets you started with your homework.